Are you okay?
Yes.
Do you need me to help you up? Are you sitting on the chair? Or are you gonna?
Oh
sit
no,
on the ground?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, that was all I wanted to make sure. Before we continued with this.
For those of you at home,
are we already recording?
Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this from Casa de Duff.
Yeah, we're doing it from the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
I've been having issues with my back.
It's the saga of I think this podcast. It's.
Yeah,
in addition to,
I probably brought it. If you've binged these episodes, you're probably like, you were just having problems last week. Yeah,
that was a year ago.
It's basically the rest of my life. See, what they don't tell you about like back pain. Now, obviously, everyone's like lift with your knees and not your back, and people generally have advice how to avoid hurting your back. And I think if you asked people or doctors or medical professionals, whoever, throughout your life, they would say, oh, don't hurt your back.
Right.
The thing is, though, if I knew that once you hurt your back, it's ruined for the rest of your life.
You would have been using your fucking knees way earlier.
I would have been way more careful. Nobody tells you that even if you herniate like your L5, let's just say hypothetically you've herniated.
And I just want to say, I know exactly what that means.
Yeah. So basically the lowest vertebrae in my back, I herniated like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It never gets better. That's all. Like I've gone to multiple doctors now that are like, yeah, you do pain management. You take some painkillers to get rid of it for a while when it flares up, if it starts bothering your sciatic nerve, and then you do some physical therapy. But no matter what, it's always just going to be a little fucked up, and you have to deal with that forever.
Have you thought about, and you probably have.
And they were like, you can get surgery or like injections eventually, but I'm too young. Like there's no sense of me doing that at 30 years old. Yeah.
Have you thought about just giving up? Just commit to life as a big fat guy in a chair.
Well, that's the problem. It hurts to be in a chair.
Oh, it hurts to sit. Yes. Right. And that's the normal fat guy spot. Yeah.
It's like, I can't even do that.
Yeah.
Although I did just get a new office chair. Because we broke our office chair.
Yes, I heard my office chair was broken.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind it, or was it just finally like...
I don't know what it was. I think it just wasn't meant because I work the night shift and then my girlfriend works the day shift.
It couldn't take that much
I don't
body
think it can take like 17 hours of sitting every day for a year.
The chair is just screaming, "Oh, geez, mister!"
Yeah, it got no time off.
Oh, yeah. No, all work, no play makes chair completely.
So now I got the big guy one. Ooh. I got a lazy boy recliner out of the big and tall section. It can hold 400 pounds.
Is it on wheels?
It's on wheels.
Okay. So it's not like literally a recliner, like a lazy boy recliner.
No, but it's from Lazy Boy.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's a massive, dude, you got to come over and sit.
Yeah,
sometime.
Let me take it for a ride.
Yeah. Just come over, hang out, sit a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, put your feet up.
It's a dream. They call it the executive something. It's just like it has a big tall back. Anyway, we really upgraded.
Hell yeah.
And it was about the same price. I didn't realize we had a pretty expensive chair.
Oh yeah, that chair was very expensive, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, is what it is.
Welcome to Cleveland Rocks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's mostly about sciatic nerve pain. It's also about the Drew Carey Show.
Write me in if you have any tips, by the way, about pain management. I know some of you guys pinched a disc back there.
Have you heard it from our fans directly, or are you just assuming based on the demographic stats we get that at some point?
Yeah, I feel like we cater to a slightly older audience than we are, and I'm sure a few of them have... slipped a disc,
through the ringer,
moving a friend or something.
Speaking about writing in, we did ask people to submit questions for a listener mailbag. We didn't get that many. I'm going to be fully honest, and that's okay. People have busy lives, but we did get a couple questions that I thought we might be worth addressing here.
Yeah.
A longtime fan, Elias, wrote us in after episode 40.
Hello, Elias.
My man. He said, how well could y'all handle Mr. Wick as a boss? First question. Second question, when y'all finish the Drew Carey show, would you recap the show Whose Line Is It Anyway or any of Drew Carey's improvaganza? I think I'm going to answer it in reverse order.
Okay, you want to?
I don't think you can really review an
Whose
improvised
Line or an
show.
improvised show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what are you
100%.
gonna it's like a weird sort of like, I don't know.
I could give you an overview review of like just like look, Whose Line was I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Absolutely.
It was when I would have sleepovers as a kid.
It was the go-to thing on at night.
Well, it was the go-to thing. We liked it so much that we started to play the games.
Oh,
Just like the five of us just
you got
out.
the improv bug very young from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes, we did.
I think
and
a lot
we
of
would
people
do
we
like
know
the
did.
scenes from the hat, or
Yeah.
we would just do all the like short form improv stuff.
Right.
Then you learn the different types of improv and the long form improv.
The
and,
Herald and things.
overall that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if that's your thing, I get it. We have a lot of friends that's their thing.
Absolutely. But
I
yeah,
tried
no.
it a little bit. Yeah, my thing.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the improvaganza.
I would be interested in watching it and maybe doing like
Is it? Do we know? Is it like the same players that?
it's a
Whose
lot of the
Line
same
had?
players. It's a lot of
Like Ryan Stiles is probably
Kathy
in
Kinney
it.
is in it, who plays
Gotcha.
Mimi. So there's a lot of overlap between the
Kathy,
series.
she does improv.
Yeah, I think that's how they met, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the full
Interesting.
story on that, but I think they met doing improv. Yeah, so I don't really think you can review it the same way you review a scripted storyline.
No,
So I don't think like it makes sense to narratively. Like, what are you going to tune in?
because you can
week
just be
for?
like, oh, that was a good, especially because it's all short form improv.
Yeah.
So it's all like, oh, that was a good. I like the part where he made fun of like I don't know the Queen or that guy being bald.
No,
or-
he's right. Chihuahuas do look weird.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
so relatable.
Yeah.
No, so I think no on that. But we got so much more of this show to watch.
got so
and
much
talk
more.
through that we haven't really thought about what we would do
What we would
after.
do after,
There
yeah.
are some things we want to talk about. Drew's book that have you started reading it at all?
No.
Me neither. So I think we should do something with that.
Yeah.
I also think there are like one-off things I want. Like I want to do. I guess I'll say it here for the first time. I want to do Geppetto, which
Yes.
is the Drew Carey made-for-TV Pinocchio movie where
Yeah.
he plays Geppetto.
I'd love to do that.
I would love to do that
Should-
and like talk about it. Maybe we get Chrissy back on or something.
Yeah.
Movie boy.
Or movie boy.
Yeah. We have other ideas of like things, but I think
Drew related content.
Drew-related content.
I think the improvised show
yeah.
you're right. It's
Yeah.
just that's a tough format for me to review. I can, don't get me wrong. It's probably hilarious.
I'm sure.
but I just, I don't know if we can sit down and like, I can't imagine typing notes to that in the same way.
Yeah.
Or even today. So today I forgot my computer.
Yes.
And normally we both type out notes while we're running through the couple episodes we watched.
Right.
Today I had to write them all by hand.
TJ
It's kind of a
scribed
nightmare.
it. No, how
I used my reporter skills.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, do you have shorthand?
I have some shorthand. I
Yeah.
think the real talent I have is being able to write like full sentences while I'm not looking at it.
There you go.
I just like I
I
can
can-
write line by line.
I can
and
do
not
that
see it.
typing, but not writing. So kudos to you. We will see if it pays off. How would you handle Mr. Wick as a boss?
Now, are we talking coked out, Mr. Wick?
Well,
in this
we're not there yet, but
episode?
we do find out that our
His
good friend
drug
Mr.
problem,
Wick
Mr.
has a
Wick?
lot of drug issues. I think, yes, we are. I think we're talking about,
I mean,
because
look,
he presented as that even before we knew.
Yeah. He was always a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I like to think that we would all be best friends just like Drew is with him. Like, I like to think that honestly, I'd have the same relationship that Drew has on some level where it's like they respect each other. They like each other. They're friends.
Sure.
But
They're friends. That's the best thing you can say about it.
but it's just like there's also some level of authority
Mhm.
that Wick tries to maintain over him, or that I don't really their dynamic confuses me a
Yes.
little bit, because some days I am like, oh, are you at odds? Because just like the other episode, you were palling around at his house and
Right.
getting invited to his parties.
Aren't you always at odds though with power ahead of you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A boss dynamic
There's
seems
always-
to kind of just create that.
I think, but I think the reality is I would live in fear.
Yeah.
He's so unpredictable.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going to lose my job over anything.
Some silly bullshit.
Yeah. I guess it depends in this hypothetical scenario. What is my
relationship to
relationship
Mr. Wick?
to?
I guess he's your boss, right?
That's no, but am I a real low man on the totem pole, or am I in in the management area sitting up next to him? I guess I don't know where I'd rather be.
Right.
But it seems like those guys we never see, the low men, those are the ones just getting fired using a pinata or whatever.
Right. Versus Drew.
Game show. Yeah. Versus Drew has a long leash.
Yes.
What about you?
I think I wouldn't get along with him because he's British.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't know. I have had some crazy bosses, some bosses who have had drug issues, but I don't know. Like, I never at the willy-nilly sort of cartoon style that is Mr. Wick. Now that I'm saying that, though, some of them were kind of cartoon characters, but not evil cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Wick, I could see at the top of a volcano, in some situations as kind of his leadership style, being like, and then we're going to blow up the world.
He's got a real Dr. Evil.
He kind of does. Yeah. Maybe it's just the accent of it that Craig Ferguson does. But no, I don't think I would like it. But I also think I'm predisposed to not like any of my bosses really, or just be like, I don't want to. This is gonna be great whenever I have to do a job interview. They're gonna be like, So we pulled the tape.
So we pulled the tape of you talking about.
You were talking shit about a hypothetical boss. You didn't even give him a chance. We had one other question that I just wanted to address from YouTube. It was already answered for him by, again, Elias, true blue fan.
Yes.
He's in the YouTube comments fucking defending our honor.
We really got to give a bigger shout out. He's been messaging everywhere for months.
Spotify, YouTube, email. He's everywhere.
You're everywhere. You're dialed in.
Yes, thank you. But we had a guy by the name of Tordai M3N. I think it's men. And I hope I'm pronouncing any of that right. Yeah. And he was like, by the way, are you related to the show in any way or just fans? We're just two crazy fans. That's just all it is. And honestly, we are fans, but I think fans is too strong of a word for what this is. We're archivists. We're we're in here doing the archaeological work of digging through 90s sitcom.
Right.
Yeah.
It's our job.
Yes.
We're like the Smithsonian for Drew Carey, just generally.
Yeah.
No,
we are not related to the show.
We are not related to the show, and we are both new fans.
Yes,
we're both
within the last 2 years.
This is something that we weren't obsessive over him. We weren't on, say, the Reddit or anything. We're still new to the universe.
That's right.
So yeah,
but we were fans of TV. We work in television.
Oh yeah.
So we're familiar, not really sitcoms. We're familiar with the process of making a television show.
Yeah,
but we're not really. We have no connection to any of
Drew
the people
specifically.
No.
Yeah.
So, again, if you've got any questions for us, we usually plug it at the end. But you can email us clevelandrockspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Thanks for that. We have 2 episodes we're going to talk about today. We're still trugging along with season 4. Season 4, episode 3, and season 4, episode 4. Episode 3 is called Golden Boy.
Yes.
And my God,
we know exactly.
We know it's going a little bit after the open.
Yeah, and we get exactly why right away.
Yeah.
What kind of dumb 90s shit
that's exactly what it is, right? It's dumb 90s shit. That's 1,000% what it is to start.
Now, is this because I get with the backdrop of he's got the band now and he's to be cool, rock star. Whatever. But this was what people were doing, just regular Joe Schmoes.
People still bleach their hair blonde. They still do that.
Right. Yeah. But not like this. There are people still going highlighter blonde like
some
that.
People,
that's crazy.
Remember when I thought about bleaching my hair when we lived together? I think I've told this to you.
Yes,
I was I don't know if it was right out of COVID when we could start doing things again. I was I think I'm gonna bleach my hair.
Okay, goatees though are of an era.
The goatees. Let's get into it. So Drew, the scene starts with Drew and Lewis and Oswald all in his living room trying to set up a personal computer for him.
Yeah,
and I thought it was gonna go somewhere, but it really doesn't. It's just the computer doesn't doesn't work.
This is nothing.
It's a complete non sequitur.
They do have, Drew calls them technophobes at one point.
Right. Well, because the computer, he plugs it in, it doesn't work. The screen goes green and it starts smoking, basically.
Yeah.
And they start laughing at him. And he goes, oh, you technophobes, you're not ready for the future like I am.
Yeah. He was all excited for the future here.
Yeah. Drew, that kind of makes sense. I think Drew would be a big AI guy.
You get a little, yeah.
Actually, we know he kind of is already. He got yelled at for doing an AI New Yorker cartoon on the internet.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was like a.
Okay, wait, who yelled at him?
He put it on Blue Sky because that's like where I guess he posts now that he doesn't use Twitter, and a bunch of Blue Sky people do not like artificial intelligence of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not that we're going to weigh in here on the use of artificial intelligence, but
or the use of Blue Sky
or making a New Yorker cartoon or making a computer make a New Yorker cartoon.
Yeah. We're merely archivists of
the Drew Carey life.
Drew Carey. This is something he did.
And I have no opinion on it. It's kind of all for nothing because then we get a knock on the back door and Drew's like, oh, that's Darcy. And then he insists that the guys can't bring up that he works at Winfred Louder. I guess he still hasn't told her this.
Yeah, he's like, I am a musician full time.
Yes.
Let's just get that clear before she shows up.
Yeah. And then, they're go, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. And she comes in and she's got hair dye for Drew. We learn that Drew is going to be bleaching his hair. The guys just start laughing their asses off.
And Drew was like, you said nobody would laugh.
Yeah.
And obviously she didn't run it by them. Yeah.
You said you were going to run it by them. Oswald asks Drew, are you bleaching the rumpus room too? Yeah. Is the rumpus room in this situation his pubes or his asshole? I'm asking the important questions here. I feel like it's got to be pubes.
If you're bleaching your pubes,
people do bleach their asshole.
Well, true.
Yes,
true.
That was one of my first thoughts. There's that Kanye lyric about the model bleaching her asshole.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Is that what they're talking? Is that what he's actually talking about?
They're Hollywood.
Because I was going to say, if you're going to bleach your asshole, you should probably bleach. If you're going to bleach 2 of the 3, you should probably get all 3.
Sure. Like if you're going to be down there, you might as well.
You might as well get everything.
Pay the extra fee.
I don't think it's one or the other, pubes or asshole. If you've already done the hair, you got to just do it all.
All of it.
You clearly got the bleach on sale.
It probably was pubes, but I've just never heard the phrase rumpus room used.
Although I do, that bleach hurts.
Yeah,
I do know somebody actually that does that used to put some bleach on say their arms. Mm-hmm. That burns.
Yeah.
Like it just sits there. It's like a chemical burn if you let it sit there for too long.
Did you ever? I don't know. You were a swimmer, obviously, in high school and things. You would
bleaching didn't do it.
Well, no. But some people
would bleach their hair,
but then they would shave it. Did you ever do that? Like, did you? Obviously, you shaved a bunch. I'm imagining.
I shaved my legs, my arms. I did all that crazy stuff. But I never did I'm going to bleach my hair or color my hair before that just to have fun. Yeah. I did convince one of my boys though to.
One of my boys
to shave his head, give himself the Dr. Phil. So he actually in this show he had the full Larry. He looked like Larry, and he was just like, I don't know. He was what 16, so he rolled up in high school, and he was like a 6'5" goon. He was a big, tall. Lanky goon, but then he had the Larry haircut and that balding sort of U shape.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But anyway, So
no, you never bleached. I've never bleached my hair. Despite that one time I wanted to, I didn't. I don't think I would look good with it. I think as I'm getting gray, I don't think it's maybe the best thing to bleach my hair.
Now you can. I think you embrace the gray. You got a good salt and pepper thing going.
Oh, thank you. I do what I can.
What I was going to say here too, we find out that Drew has a tattoo.
Well,
Do we think that's legit?
I think it's not. So yeah, they're like, the guys leave and she starts like kind of rub his hair.
She starts to just like bleach his hair.
Bleach, and she goes, "Oh, you've got a tattoo," and there's an accordion tattoo on his arm.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, you like it?" And she goes, "Yeah, did it hurt?" And he goes, "Nah, the just went the water and the rubbing, and after that, it was fine." And I think that it's a fake tattoo.
See, I didn't catch the rest of that.
Yeah, no.
I
you were so busy writing by hand.
Yes, I was so busy scribbling everything down.
So no, Drew got a fit, but I'll tell you this, it's a fucking sick fake tattoo.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I was like, it's like an American trad sort of like little flower around an accordion.
Is it flower or flames? I thought it was. I don't know.
I thought whatever. It looked cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah. He should have got that for real.
While they're flirting and talking about all this stuff, though, Darcy's like, the one thing I really like is the trust that you have for me. I think that's really hot. And
I love that you're letting me do this.
I think this is by far Drew's like most sensual sort of relationship. It seems like
even the scene is sexy. She's like sitting in his lap, like reverse, and
rubbing through his hair. Yeah. But right when it's getting good, if we will, she pulls out a clump of his hair.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck she put in. I guess the bleach was already mixed in, and maybe you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I don't really know, but for a second I thought it was Nair. I don't know if you know what Nair is, but a lot of the So back to swimming. A lot of the guys who didn't want to like run a razor on their legs, they would use Nair, which is just like a chemical hair remover.
And is it like a spray thing, or is it? Oh no, you rub it.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been. Do you know how you make Nair?
No, it comes in like a jar.
Oh, then maybe.
Or it comes in like what you would buy the bleach in, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it could have been that. But anyway, she immediately runs him over to the sink to try to save whatever hair he has left after all of this.
Yeah, I really thought the rest of this episode was going to be him bald. I was like, oh, so here's our new plot.
No, unfortunately, it is worse when we come back from credits or come back from the titles. We get Mimi talking to this lover boy Ron on the phone. We still have the Ron arc going on.
Yes. If you don't remember, Ron is a married man that Mimi has fallen in love with, or they have fallen in love with each other. Really,
yeah. Mimi gets this guy to almost drop everything for her, which is incredible. But he is married, and Mimi didn't like that, so they're just chatting on the phone while she's at the office with her pug in her lap.
Yeah.
And she's like, when are you gonna leave that married woman for me? Said the other. And then we're introduced to bleach blonde Drew.
Yeah.
Look at that piece of meat over there.
We get the full reveal.
He turns around. He's got this little faint goatee that continues to grow as the episodes progress. The goatee is so offensive. I wrote in my notes, maybe it's for the next episode, but it's such a Penn Jillette look.
Yes.
Which is so weird because he's been on this show before. He's a guy like a recurring character bit. It's bizarre that
goatees. It's amazing to me that they really had a face. My dad had a goatee just like, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Right.
He was rocking a goatee. And then once he went from clean shaven, he went to goatee, and now he does the Fu Manchu.
I love the Fu Manchu.
I think the Fu Manchus are cool.
It's the move.
That's the move.
Yeah.
You don't need the bottom part.
No.
The goatee is.
I just don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. What does shaving the cheeks do for you? I mean, unless
Dude, I'd love to see you with a goatee.
No, you wouldn't.
Because you got such a long beard.
Yeah, but then I would have to get rid of a lot of the goatee weight. It would look bizarre. I'd look like a billy goat. That's what it would do if I shaved into a goatee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just for the life of me cannot understand why it happens, but it happens. Yeah. And Drew's leaning into it. They're just. Do you think this went the writers being like, how can we make him look like a pretentious asshole artist?
Yeah,
that must have 100%.
Been. Well, this is just what musicians did, or like famous people did. They were like,
"How do musicians fucking look like that?" I couldn't name one rock musician. I mean,
in like the '90s, I don't know. Yeah. It feels like what you would do if you were in like maybe a boy band. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of like actors or.
Yeah. No, I guess you're right. It kind of, but he's not at all attractive like it. But it's kind of Brad Pitt, I guess, right? Brad Pitt had that weird goatee. Yeah, and the bleach
and the blonde hair.
Yeah, maybe it's just a '90s thing.
If we're missing some obvious
comparisons,
just
because like I'm even looking at like the Joe Walsh and the rest of like the James gang that's like in the backing band.
yeah.
I don't fucking know any. Like,
No,
they don't
no,
look
no,
like that.
no.
They all look, you know. So it's bizarre to me. But
Well, they were like those guys were like past their day
sure. They were
right?
in their heyday.
I feel like to me the goatee bleach blonde move would have been, oh, we're hitting our stride now. The 90s are our era.
right.
You know, we are the band right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm of the moment.
I am. Did anyone in, I don't know, Red Hot Chili Peppers or something?
Oh, probably. I'm also wondering, I'm trying to think of Radiohead. Like, I know Tom York had like a weird little goatee, I think, at some point, but I don't know if he had bleach blonde hair. Probably did. I don't know. Anyway, no, it probably is like, more of the moment, but it's just so stark seeing it now because you're like, who the fuck advised
so
you to look
aggressive.
like that?
Like, because I love now we're bringing back the 90s, right? Everyone's like, oh, we want to wear baggy jeans and do podcasts about the Drew Carey show. And
everybody,
but everyone's like, oh, we'll leave the goatees.
Yeah, no, you can take that. I'll just take the baggy jeans and the casual homophobia. Thank you very much. I don't need anything else. Speaking of casual homophobia, everybody starts mocking Drew for this look. Mimi mocks him almost immediately about it. He goes into the bathroom and he sees Chuck, and Chuck goes something like, Carey, I'm not gay. But even if I was, I need you to know that you look gayer than I ever would look if I was gay. Like something like just like
some really convoluted
way to just be like, you look gay. Like the craziest thing. Larry comes in and laughs at him. And Larry has my favorite line. He's like, hey, nice head. Were too many people laughing at the old head? Or did you want more people laughing at it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Coming from, as Drew rightly points out, coming from bald ass Larry.
Yeah, no, for real. Larry, then this is the driving incident for the rest of the episode. If you can believe it, he finds Coke in the bathroom stall. Why would Larry just not do the Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry's, look,
I thought Larry was the drug guy.
Yeah. He's the drug guy. So why, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's his Coke.
Yeah, like Larry, I thought was the cool like drug guy. Even like this episode, he talks about how he used to do porn and everything. Like I thought he had a whole wild guy life, but in this scene, I'm like, oh, you sound like you've never seen a drug before.
He's a narc.
Yeah.
Larry the narc just coming in here. So, Chuck jumps into action, washes his hands very thoroughly. He's got like a whole routine we learn. And then he starts tasting the cocaine to see if it's cocaine. And he goes, yep, nope, that's right. I don't know what cocaine tastes like. Yes. So we kind of like don't know what to do with this situation now. Drew is again personnel head honcho.
Yeah, so this naturally falls on his plate.
Right, so he's got to handle it. We go back to the office.
Yeah.
And Drew is going through a list of possible candidates. He's like trying to narrow it down.
We get a little quick scene first off with Kate here too.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Where remember Kate quit her job.
Right. Kate is still on the job
but she's
market.
Still lingering around Winford Louder. She's looking for something, and she asked Drew, "Hey, have you seen any good resumes?"
Yeah.
Drew's like, "Yeah, this one," and she just takes it and puts a sticker with her name on it.
Wholesale is now hers. She's like, "Oh, I went to Harvard," and Drew's like, "I don't think this is a good idea," and she's like, "Oh, Drew, look at my resume. I studied ethics. I would know." Yeah. No, I thought it was a fun little bit that
Kate still needs work.
Yes. It's important to note. Drew's going through that list, like I said, and he's deciding to mark off anyone who arrives early as a possible suspect for the coke use because there's too many people that show up late it doesn't make sense to mark all of them as the coke users. Also, coke users get shit done.
Yeah,
I think if I had a
100%.
cocaine addiction, I'd be doing way more. I would have so many podcasts.
You can wake up late and do coke and still get to work on time. I think that's the point. I think is that you're like, oh, all right, business
out. I'm going.
I get everything done.
We also, in addition to Kate, we get Lewis and Oswald coming by. It just and it's an opportunity for everybody to see bleach blonde boy Drew. And we get them sort of like in a little cold standoffish situation. They're asking how the band's going. Obviously it's awkward because they left the band. They chose to pursue their jobs.
They're mad that Drew's still using the Horn Dogs name.
Yeah, they're really annoyed about that. And Drew's like, well, I came up with it, right? It was my band, so I get to keep it going. And then they're all pissed about it. And he's like, is this really just because you wish you did it? And they both kind of go like, yeah, like they both have a moment where they don't know how to hide their.
Yeah, they don't know.
It's all about them, really.
But here's my thing with the horn dog's name. It made sense when we were back in like season 2 or whatever, the Warsaw Battle of the Bands
and there
episode.
was an actual horn,
and there were horns in the band.
Yeah.
There's no horns.
No horn anymore. No. I mean, I guess Drew still can play the trumpet. Was it that he played?
Yeah, but
he's mostly an accordion frontman.
Now that he has, well, yeah. Now that you have a goatee and a bleach blonde hair, you're not going to pull out a trumpet. You kidding me? You're a rock star. You're pulling out the accordion.
Yeah, just like every other fucking rock star would. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't know why they kept the name the Horn Dogs. It's fun. Yeah. It's a little tongue in cheek.
But they're pretty upset that he's still using the name.
Right.
And that they're just not part of the band anymore.
Yeah.
Because Drew seems to really love playing with the band right now.
Oh, for sure.
He's even mentioned it, I think, to Mimi about her not being able to dampen his spirits because of it whenever. Yeah.
He's really reaching
his peak
as a musician. He's really into it right now. Nothing can distract him from it. And then, Lewis and Oswald are so annoyed about this name situation that Lewis goes, well, you are going to pay for this at some point cosmically. Just, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it will.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Wick walks in immediately and goes, Carey, I need you to take urine samples from every employee in the office. Mr. Wick is on this coke hunt.
Yeah,
he's ready to find the druggie.
Now, here's the thing with the collecting urine scene, which is where we go to next.
Yeah, we get a brief interaction. Drew trying to push off of it. Mr. Wick insisting.
He insists, or you're fired, that sort of thing.
Mimi is roped into it. Has collected the female urine sample so as to not create a lawsuit situation.
Yes. So. I've never had to get urine collected at work. Mm-hmm. Do they really watch you like that? Because I feel like that's got to be problematic now, right? They probably put you in a room that they assume is. I mean, to some point, you got to have some trust in your employees. If you're going to go through the extent where, you get a fake bag of piss and you run a line in your shirt jacket or whatever to fill it up.
It just wouldn't be your piss. It would be real piss.
Real piss, to be clear. You go get somebody else's piss. And you hide it in your coat just to fill up a cup for a drug test. Yeah. A random drug test at that. Nobody at work that day knew they were getting a drug test. Well... Are you going to fire that guy?
Right.
Because that's a guy, that guy's on his shit.
Now, here's my question.
He's prepared for anything.
This situation is not what I'm about to bring up, but if you have to give a urine sample to the government or a police officer or something, he's going to watch you piss, right? Because why would he trust you? I guess at some point you need to observe it. You need to just make sure there's no shady business going on. Drew's not looking.
Because
kind of off
we do
the distance
when we're in the
stall.
scene. The first guy goes in.
Yeah,
and Drew walks in with him, and Drew sort of stares at the wall and just uses his peripheral vision.
He's turned to his side and he kind of stands down, like you're saying, peripheral, absolutely.
And then the guy, there's a good moment here. The guy's like, does this make you feel like a big man?
And Drew's like, actually, yeah. Get a nice little applause from the audience. Yeah. We like that Drew's not small.
But no, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love the idea
they're cheering
that joke happened and then an applause sign came on in the sitcom audience.
Because you know what guys with big dicks do? Is they set the applause sign to go off for their big dick joke.
Yeah. But no, if anyone has ever had a piss test where somebody had to watch you like that, write us.
Yeah, I feel
we'll talk about it during the next mailbag.
These days with AI, you could probably just, I don't know, have a computer do it. You can probably just piss into a webcam. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you can also put that on OnlyFans, make even more money.
Yes.
Guys, the future is going to be fantastic.
One of those live cams. Watch me drug test for work.
Chatterbait for urine samples. That's what it is. That's what we just invented. Oh, God. I don't think my parents listen to this podcast.
No, my girlfriend's parents listen to this podcast. But Actually, funny thing about that, we posted that clip.
Oh yeah, I was hoping you wanted to talk about this.
We posted that clip the other day
of Drew's wedding dress fiasco.
Yeah, I was talking about the wedding dress fiasco the last episode. And my girlfriend's parents, they watch all the clips and everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. And she was like, she texted Belle and she's like, oh, I think TJ's, dropping hints. She was like, what? And it was like, oh, he's posting about a wedding dress. He didn't.
Just completely void of the context that it's happening in the thing that we watched.
In the thing that we watched where we're showing the clip of it. She's like, oh, he's thinking about a wedding dress.
She's
might
just
be
excited.
Thinking about getting married.
She's excited.
Yeah.
Let her have her fun. Oh God. No, I'm glad that
could you imagine though? I'm sorry you're listening to us talk about piss.
Well, could you imagine though what if that's how she felt about the wedding dress clip? She must be like, I think TJ's thinking about getting drunk in a big vat of booze and other clips that we've done. I think TJ's gonna get stuck on the highway and meet Donald Trump.
Has TJ ever watched you pee?
Mimi simultaneously is doing the drug testing for the women.
Yes.
She's like on a fainting couch, just kind of chilling, not observing the way Drew is. Nora, though, we get Nora from famously the lawsuit with Drew and the
worm,
First Amendment and the worm and all that. Yeah. And Mimi kind of confides in Nora that, hey, would you have you ever cheated with a married man? She goes, no, I would never, and all this stuff. And Mimi kind of confides in her about like the difficulty that she's dealing with this, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. And meanwhile, Nora's just taking her urine sample. She's like, no, Mimi, you can't do this. This is beneath you. You're better than that. Here's a cup of my piss. There you go. Mm-hmm.
But this is really eating at Mimi being with a married man.
Yeah. You can see, this is, again, we've said it before, how like they present her as like this heartless woman, but like clearly she's struggling with this.
She's deep down. Well, to be fair, I feel like she doesn't have that many people that like love her or are obsessed with her like this.
Right.
So she's probably a little bummed that first guy that does is already taken. But
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, it's eating at her a bit, but I don't. As we come to find out, she's not willing to let go of Ron.
That's right.
Yeah.
We also get here Drew again. Everybody is turning on Drew. Nobody likes Drew. Drew's becoming the most hated guy because of this. They're calling him the P-Narc.
Yes.
Which I thoroughly enjoy as a nickname. Larry starts it and then the rest of them get on. Chuck calls him a P-Narc.
Yeah.
All these guys. They all decide basically to simultaneously. They're going to simultaneously take a lunch break. Fuck you, Drew. I'm not pissing. And then Drew has this moment where he's like, what am I doing here? Why are we doing this? So he starts taking the urine samples one by one and just dumping them out in the toilet and flushing that shit.
Yeah, a little revolution.
Yeah, Drew's going to start the pee revolution. It stops with me.
The next scene, we're in the office now. We get another little aside with Kate.
Yes.
I guess she's running.
She needs to use Drew's phone.
She needs to use Drew's phone. She's running a copy shop.
Yep.
Out of Winfred Louder.
Katie's copies. She's doing anything she can for money, it seems.
Yeah.
Drew's not thrilled with the fact that she's giving out her phone number or his phone number as her office number.
Yeah.
But,
well, then also that she's using their copy machines, presumably, to make copies.
Yeah, that's also not good because she's technically not on the payroll anymore.
Yeah. Also, she's like selling staplers, apparently. And I took that as is she just stealing the staplers from Winfred Louder?
She's stealing everything, I'm sure, from Winfred Louder.
Yeah.
How's she getting in the building if she's not on payroll?
Oh, I mean, this was pre 9/11.
Yeah, you could get in anywhere.
You didn't need a badge to go in. There was no swipe access.
I guess that is true. We always ask why, but it's like specifically, at least she had a reason to be there before.
Yeah.
It will never make sense to me in this modern security world we live in, where I need to give my eye scan just to go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, your fingerprints and your DNA just
Did I ever bring up when I went to Disney World the security measures you need to go into the park for the day?
No.
So I got like my magic band or whatever. It's like a band that's like got like you tap and it's like, oh yeah, it's on his account. So you tap that and then you also give like a fingerprint scan.
Yeah.
So they know like they got all your information. And I know I'm on camera.
You give a fingerprint scan
to go to Disney World.
Disney World.
Yeah.
This is like,
it's basically prison.
This is fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I felt weird about the whole thing when I was doing it, but I don't know. It just felt.
I don't know who to be mad at about that. I'm like, is it whose fault is that? And now, I mean, is it just corporations?
I have no idea.
I guess. I mean, look, we can all be mad at corporations.
Yeah.
We can all be mad at Disney.
You're allowed to be mad at Disney right now.
Definitely,
for
we can
a
be
lot
mad
of
at
reasons.
Disney.
But yeah, no, I think for sure it felt like a weird thing. I gladly gave it though because my ass was going on.
Well, yeah. What are you
Splash Mountain?
What are you gonna ruin the trip? Because Stasia has to explain to the rest of her family
that I'm not Shane's.
My boyfriend won't.
Shane doesn't want to give his prince
Yeah.
to the mouse. How did we even get on that?
Oh, Kate was running the copy shop about a win for the other.
Yeah,
How the hell does she
get into there? That's right. So we also get Wick here, and Wick, wants to see the samples. He's like, we got the lab coming. We're gonna run all the tests. We're gonna find out who's doing the coke.
Drew's like, I flushed the piss.
They're all gone, the men's and the women's. Why'd you have to gender it like that?
Yeah.
I took all the lady piss and I flushed it down my big boy toilet.
I took all the lady piss and I mixed it with the man piss and I made it one big piss.
I made a new weird kind of piss. It's a new third thing.
Anyway,
this is the episode. You give us potty humor, I'm gonna fucking lean into the potty humor of it. Absolutely. So Mr. Wick's really furious,
and he also he starts alluding to he calls him Big Billy Idol.
With the fucking hair.
Doesn't want to take a drug test. He specifically wants Drew's piss.
Yeah, he's like, well, if you're the one hiding it, you're creating all the obstacle. That makes you suspicious to me. And then he's like, I want you to do it right now. He's like, I'm not going to do it right now. And then he's like, okay, you got 24 hours.
I want your piss on my desk first thing tomorrow morning.
We get this really fun scene then when she's like, oh yeah, there's going to be piss on your desk in the morning. And Mr. Wick goes, I wanted it in a cup. He's like, oh yeah, there's going to be pee in a cup. All right. And Mr. Wick goes, not in my coffee cup. Oh yeah, there's going to be pee and not a coffee cup on your desk. And he's like, what do you mean by that? He's run out of possible things that it could be. It's a great scene. So this is then when we go to that night at the Ramada.
Yeah.
We get Drew and the Horn Dogs playing Dirty Work by Steely Dan.
Yeah, little Steely Dan.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Big Dan heads, both of us, I'd say. And then we get him running into Mimi and Ron. They come through.
Yeah.
And as the Horn Dogs are taking a break, he goes, oh, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I didn't know. And Drew picks up almost immediately that there's something suspicious going on with them and they're sneaking around. And Ron just sort of lays it out. He's like, hey, buddy, I'm married. If you could keep this quiet. It's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre also because I didn't think we were going to see the guy again. Up to this point, we've heard of Ron and we heard him on the phone, I guess.
Yeah.
But we hadn't. It's just in terms of hiring the actor again.
I was a little surprised to see him.
That we were alluding to him instead of actually seeing him.
At first, I didn't quite understand why they were rolling up to the Ramada. I was being stupid. I was just like, oh, is this really just the place where people go to have a night out?
Right,
but
right.
Obviously, they got a room upstairs for their affair.
They're sneaking around.
Yeah.
So we also get Lewis and Oswald showing up with Darcy.
Yes.
And they have also bleached their hair.
Yeah. What do you know? They did it in a car outside.
Yeah. You can tell it looks like a rush job. It's still setting in. It's less bleach blonde on the thing and more just bleached. It looks like grayish white to me on the cut that we have.
Yeah.
But it
also looks like greasy and kind of hard and
freshly laid in. They haven't washed their hair yet, it looks like.
No.
They also haven't seen it because Drew at one point goes look at yourselves, and they look at each other and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's no good. Ed comes over. The great Joe Walsh is still in a character bit for this. And he comes over and he goes, all right, the trend has died at exactly 10:05. Looks down at his watch like a doctor.
Yeah. There is he does have another great line here. So he sits down. I think maybe Darcy gets up, but it's then the four of them.
Yeah.
And I think
because Drew's complaining about the urine sample.
Yeah, they're talking about the urine sample thing at work. And Walsh is like, one time they turned off my water and I peed in a cup for a week.
Yeah.
Because Drew was complaining about peeing in a cup.
They're trying to figure out why it's such a big deal to Drew, especially because he's not doing drugs. And Drew gives a very sort of like libertarian stance of like, it's just you shouldn't have to. It's an invasion of my privacy. He's not wrong. We know Drew takes these stances.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no.
Yeah, he's got he's a little there's a little Ohio in him.
Stand for nothing, you fall for anything, TJ. That's the rules here. Don't know what to tell you. Drew Carey believes it. He thinks it's an invasion of his privacy. So the next day at the office, we get the Drew Carey solution. Instead of him...
Well, first, isn't the opening of the scene...
Oh, you're right.
The big...
Yeah, the Mimi conclusion.
Yeah, so the Mimi conclusion is Ron's wife finally shows up.
We don't have a name for her, I don't think.
We don't have a name for her. At least I definitely missed it. And she just lays into Mimi. Yeah, I mean, it's all the things you would think she says. Oh, you're some like painted whore, home wrecker,
bitch, clown. We got the whole run of it.
Yes. And then Mimi... It takes it on the chin at first, but eventually she keeps going, as she's entitled to, Ron's wife.
Yes.
And keeps laying into her. And then Mimi's like, calls security and says, I just not to remove her from the building, but to pull Mimi off of the woman when she starts attacking.
And then the woman goes, I'm leaving. And just the next time, if you keep this up, your face is going to look like that without the makeup, which is ultimate zinger.
Yes.
She's on out. And that kind of, I guess, concludes.
I guess that concludes the affair, but we don't know.
We don't talk about it in the next episode at all.
No. Might just take a pause.
Yeah. So we also get here, though, Drew has a solution for the drug sample. The urine sample.
Yes.
He's not going to do it, but instead he has Chuck bringing in a drug sniffing dog to the office.
Yeah.
And the dog's going around sniffing everything. It goes through Drew's desk, which is not a good sign for Drew.
Nope.
Chuck's like, open that up. He pulls it open. What does he find?
Rack of ribs.
Rack of ribs.
Yeah.
And Drew goes, if ribs are illegal, then put me in jail or something. Like, he's not going to give it up.
And then the dog goes over to Mimi's drawers. And then Mimi opens a drawer and it's the pug.
It's that cute little pug. And then they start barking at each other back and forth. Yeah. And Wick comes out and goes, Carey, Mimi, stop yelling at me.
Yeah.
Because that's how they sound. Just two bitches.
They're two dogs.
It's always two bitches that go like exactly. In case you couldn't tell.
And then Wick pretty much loses it on Drew.
He's mad that he doesn't have the sample. He's mad that Drew brought in a drug sniffing dog that's causing all this chaos.
Yeah.
And he's like, Carey, listen, if you're not going to do this, I have no choice but to fire you. You're fired.
And it's not just like it's like a real eruption.
Yeah.
It's like a very uncharacteristic. We don't see him lash out like this, especially at Drew.
Yeah. So he's like, you're fired. You're done. I want you to never come back and all this stuff. And then he slams the door.
Yeah.
And Drew's like, okay, I'm going to just go in and see what he meant by that.
Right.
So Drew goes in and Mr. Wick's on top of his desk digging through the ceiling.
Is this the first time we're in Wick's office?
I believe it is.
Because I just wanted to point out a few things.
Sure. There's some fun Easter eggs in here.
I love that he has the photo of Queen Elizabeth.
Yes.
Behind the desk.
Yep.
And then he has like the full tea set laid out on the wardrobe behind him.
If you didn't think it was subtle enough, this show,
the red carpet.
He's British AF.
Yeah, they really did the full British dandy thing.
Yeah.
A little Westminster Palace for him.
But it's easy to get distracted by all of that or to not even notice it because he's up in the fucking ceiling. And you're like, what's he digging through? And Drew's like trying to plead his case to Mr. Wick. And he's like, listen, I'm not doing the drugs. I don't know who's doing the drugs. And then at that exact moment, a bag of cocaine falls from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And Mr. Wick's like, okay, freaking out kind of about this whole situation.
Yeah.
And he realizes that Drew basically has two options here. He can turn him in to work and get him fired, or he can join him in doing drugs.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
He's like, it's great. You can, he runs through all the optics about losing weight and
you stay up all night,
all the crazy friends you meet on the streets.
Yeah. And eventually you're going to die alone.
Yeah. But you're going to do that anyway. Drew decides to come up with a third route.
He's not going to turn him into work, but he does need to go to rehab.
Yeah.
which is what a nice gesture of Drew. And it's like you see a real deflated Wick for a moment as he's accepting his reality here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll go to rehab. And yeah, that's kind of how we end this. We get the credit scene.
The credit scene's pretty funny.
It's pretty good. It's Kate comes in while Mr. Wick's packing for rehab, and she talks about, I know I play hard to get and this, that, the other, but I just want you to know I've always been very physically attracted to you.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, and they're like touching, and Mr. Wick goes, oh, you know what? This isn't real, is it? I'm
chained to the bed in the rehab clinic, aren't I?
Just out of my mind. And she goes, yeah, that's right. And he goes, well, while I have you here, would you mind doing jumping jacks for me for 5 minutes? So that's where
she
it
says
ends.
only for a few minutes before I turn into a spider.
Yeah, before I turn into a spider. And that's where we wrap this third ep. I thought it pretty solid. I liked
solid.
The double entendre of Golden Boy in the in the title is fun because I figured the bleach blonde was the whole thing, but then when he becomes the P-narc, I was also like, oh shit.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
And then this drug problem with Wick, he really, I don't know.
Well, we knew he had a booze problem.
Yeah, I guess, but he's developed these in the right,
coming to the States.
Yeah, well, it was like the booze problem came after Kate, no?
Right.
And then
at least seemed like it.
Yeah, at least
do you think we're seeing
like
some? I'm going to use my favorite TV word. Do we think we're using some Flandersization of Mr. Wick here?
Yeah,
where they're just trying to be like, yeah, let's just make him fucking. Let's explain why he's crazy.
Do we have more substance abuse we can get him?
Yeah. So then we go to the 4th episode of season 4.
Yes.
Drew between the rock and a hard place.
Oh, 4-4, make a wish. At stupid.
No, it was good. I'm leaving it in.
So we open this episode. We're at rehab.
Yeah. The whole gang's visiting Wick.
Yeah, it's apparently a very nice rehab facility. I haven't spent any time in a rehab facility.
Me neither.
So thankfully. I can't vouch for this place.
Yeah.
But there is a moment where Wick's like, this is the kind of place, or one of them is like, this is the kind of place that people get an addiction just to come live here. Even Lewis and Oswald, as they come in, they talk about, oh, this is nicer than our place. They're living better than we do.
Absolutely. The place looks really nice. The people look less nice. Wick looks fucking nuts. He's wearing just a bathrobe.
Yeah, the roommates are a little crazy.
Yeah, his crackhead roommates in the background look like they've seen better days. Everybody looks kind of like you're getting off of drugs. I'd imagine that's how you look.
They were talking, it's Lewis, Oswald, Kate, and Drew, by the way, and they were talking about activities he's been doing. They were trying to be encouraging. How's it going? And he talked about I guess they had a wet t-shirt contest or something.
I missed this.
Maybe, unless I'm making that up.
I kind of like that as a rehab.
I thought that's what he talked about when he referenced one of the cracked out women behind him.
They were having a wet t-shirt
she was the
contest.
winner. The one woman behind him, she was the winner. But yeah.
Well, I just wanted to point out we get the completed Drew artist look here because Drew has now switched to these small rimless glasses.
Yep.
And what a pretentious dickhead he looks like. It's truly incredible.
The full look.
Yeah.
Is hard.
Yeah, it's really absolutely.
And then whenever you get into his look on the stage where he has
the shirts and everything,
the shiny shirts and everything, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
it really is.
I do love the commitment.
I do. They really they're like, we're gonna go full Monty with this and really make it.
There was a moment with this because we have this whole first scene at the rehab center, and then we cut to an intro where he's actually singing with this whole look.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that, but it's just are we at a point where this was just what Drew's life was? I know Drew has been on an emotional roller coaster in his life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was this about having the character do something?
Yeah. That he always wanted to do? Or was
that
it
they worked this in
Yeah.
Because he wanted to explore all these like.
I'm sure it's a bit of both. It's you know, it's they always
this new look.
They play the show out as if it's like what Drew would have done if he didn't do stand-up comedy and become a famous comedian improviser guy.
Well, they got this. Oh, I'm like, you know, they had paparazzi. around Hollywood or wherever they were filming this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And they were snapping photos of Drew at
Bleach blonde Drew.
Bob's Big Boy and all the spots around LA. And he had this bleach blonde hair and these. I wonder if he was wearing these stupid, pretentious glasses.
So do you think it's just
goatee?
I see what you're getting at. You're saying, was this just a life
what
phase
he
Drew
wanted
went
to
through?
do in the 90s?
Well, I guess what will really tell is if it immediately resets in the next episode.
Yes.
Also, well, I'll save it for the end, but we don't really get the closure on Darcy that we want here either.
Oh, no,
I don't
we
know what's
don't
going
at
on
all.
with that. But yeah, I wrote again, Penn Jillette looking ass as we established. He really is going for it. Wick. In just the robe, like I said, he's insisting he can leave because he's cured.
Yeah.
Lewis jumps on top of him to kind of stop him from exiting. He reaches in and he pulls out this crushed beer can while describing that Wick has an addiction and it's a real problem. He's got an empty on him. And he goes, oh, look at that. And Wick's like, I'm telling you, I'm fine because normally I would want to crack open that empty can and lick the insides with any juice that's left.
Yeah.
Ugh, Jesus.
Could you imagine?
He would
the
look like
warm,
an animal.
empty pocket beer.
Yeah. Just give me that aluminum juice. That's all I want. Aluminium, I believe they call it over there. This is also where Wick's robe kind of opens. Yeah. And he's like, look at me, man. And no one's looking at me in the eye. And Drew's like, it's because your robe's open. Yeah. And he quickly ties it back up.
But he's mad. He was like, oh, you people used to show me respect.
Yeah. He feels like he's really, I mean, that is, I guess, what happens when you admit to having a drug problem. Yeah. Is you kind of lose the respect of anyone who had authority over.
Right.
But, I don't know the 12 steps. I'm not going to pretend to, but that has to be one of them. Is admit you're powerless, I think is the first one.
Yeah. Close your robe is number one.
Second is admit you're powerless. Yeah. So, and then, we get this opening sequence. I say Drew looks fly. I got to admit, I think the bleach blonde has settled in by this point, and it looks better than it did in episode 3.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also just he's leaning more into the look of it all.
Yeah, all of it together.
Yeah. But we forgo the normal titles.
Yeah.
And we get Drew in these series of boxes where we see like Joe Walsh and the rest of the backing band and the audience and Darcy and things. And Drew's performing. Do you have the song listed? I don't remember what it was.
No, I don't remember what the song
they're doing
was.
like a cover song, and it's a nice moment. I don't know.
It is. It's just I literally wrote in my notes, is this funny now or is this serious? Like he plays it so serious.
Right. That is it supposed to be a joke.
It is just like a genuine cover.
Yeah.
There's no like joke in it. Now we learn later like he did like this made up song about like Cleveland where he talks about the humidity and size 42 waist, and I'm like, that's a bit. This was just like a guy doing like a daddish cover band,
right?
Living in this like full 90s garb, and I'm like, is this like just Drew living out a dream of his?
Yeah.
Via this show right now.
I also wonder though, given how we conclude with this, if it's supposed to be like it's leaning into the seriousness of it to make the conclusion that much more like heart-wrenching in a way, or like for you to feel about it. I still think it's very funny. Don't get me wrong. The fucking Drew Carey's up there as an accordion rock star.
Sure. Of course it's still funny. And I'm sure those of you at home are like, shut up. It's not real. Obviously.
No, I don't think so.
Episode off.
I think also it's just he has a genuine passion for music.
Yeah, I guess
and if he can blend the two, that's just so be it.
That's what I'm getting at too. It's just like he plays it so serious. You can tell he's really into like doing the band thing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's such a fucking cool band that he gets to do with the James Gang and everything.
It's cool.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so we get that open, which is real nice. And then I wrote cool Drew walks into the office late. He's like got like
he's got the clip-on
sunnies. He's got like I think a trench coat of some kind, or like some sort of like cool guy jacket, like a leather jacket.
I think it seems like a regular suit, but the shoulder pads are bigger. I don't know.
That's fair.
Like give me David Byrne energy in there.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah.
He comes in and Mimi starts giving him shit for being late. Drew's like very unfazed. He's like, you know what? You can't even bother me anymore. And then he takes off his sunglasses. Okay, now you're bothering me. I can see you.
Yeah.
Larry and Louder come into Drew's cubicle and they're bickering with each other. Larry's really like arguing with his little baby mama here about how give me what you want, baby. You know, I'm doing all I can for you. Like he's still got that weird sort of prostitute concubine sexual relationship with her that he's like not getting anything for it. But we find out what he really wants is this job that Drew's about to be offered. Yeah. While Wick is out in the loony bin, as Louder puts it, she needs somebody to be in his position. Right. So she asks Drew. Yep. And the only stipulation is Drew has to get rid of this rock and roll look. She doesn't like the bleached hair. She must hate that. She calls it
it's the fat Daddio look. Is what I wrote. Fat
Daddio. Yeah, no, she's not a fan of it. And you know who else isn't a fan of doing this job is Drew. Yeah, he's like, nope, no thank you.
It's like, nah, teach, I'm good.
He doesn't want it. He's too busy in his personal life, he says. Yeah. So thank you, but no thank you, Mrs. Louder, which then creates a lane for Horn Dog Larry, but not the Horn Dogs.
No.
Horn Dog Larry, horned up Larry to get the position he wants.
Yes. Fucked his way to the top.
Fucked his way. Yeah, he really did. God bless him. Slept his way to Mr. Wick's temporary job.
Yes.
So yeah.
Hey, Larry, well, that's the thing though, is if you're Larry, you got to be thinking, well, who's to say that Wick gets over it at all? Right. And then you're just in there.
Yeah. Then
you're the guy. Do a good job.
Guy. He's also like skeptical about Drew turning it away. You know, yeah, sure. It's your personal
like, what's
life.
The problem? Right. And then Drew's like, man, I'm just too into my music now. Yeah.
He pulls out an accordion like sheet book, it looks like, or something. Like he's really like learning his craft.
Yeah, really, he's too into the music right now. This isn't his life anymore at Winfred Louder. And Larry's like, yeah, I feel you, man. Like last summer I did amateur porn and I was good.
This is, I'm guessing, the unemployment era, right? When Larry was let go. He's doing his thing. Larry then runs into Mimi. And he informs her that she works for him now as the interim Wick, as it was. Yeah. And Mimi goes, oh, yes, you say jump. I say, how high do I need to be to take orders from you? Yeah. We also get she calls him crap with legs at one point. Really just on. She fucking hates this guy and will not respect him.
And I don't know what it is about crap with legs. Because it doesn't like she's not, normally she's very clever.
Yeah.
This is just literally your crap with legs. And I'm like, that stings.
Yeah, that's true hatred. It comes from a deep place where you can't even be clever about it. It's just like walking piece of shit. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We get Drew and the Horn Dogs performing at the Ramada the next night. And this is where we get that
song.
Where
else?
In Cleveland, Ohio. I pulled up the lyrics. Yeah. Because I do like a lot of you said, like, you look at me, I'm 53. The factory's got the best of me in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Got a mortgage to pay, a lawn to mow.
At first, I really liked that they talk about blue jeans, right?
Jeans of blue, waist 42. My baseball cap has Chief Wahoo in Cleveland, Ohio. Humidity's up around 90 or so. And when my workday's through, I barbecue, put the kids to bed, and make love to you in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
I was born there. I'll probably die there. Hope it doesn't snow in Cleveland, Ohio. And yeah, it's really nice. And it's an original song, obviously. It's,
it definitely is.
Which this is where now that I'm looking at it.
At first I was like, oh, is this just like a Billy Joel song? Like, oh, when I'm sitting here in Allentown. It's like basically the Allentown song.
And I'm here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. It gave me that energy.
I thought it was like maybe like supposed to be a send up of another kind of that song, but no, it looks like it's just an original version.
Yeah. When he started saying waist of 42 and
solidarity with my big boy
is at 90, I'm just like, yeah, that's funny. That's original.
I don't know, it's sweet. Now that I'm looking at it through the lens that you've been talking about this whole time of like how serious versus this is a moment where I'm like, again, is this Drew exploring a musical itch that he's had?
Yeah.
Like it kind of almost seems like
it feels like
ABC gave him a budget and was like, yeah, whatever. And he was like, I'm gonna
whatever. Hire the James.
I'm gonna use a little bit of
their front man
for my own thing though.
Yeah.
That's sweet though. Kate comes over. She's serving beer that night. She's dressed up in like an Oktoberfest sort of outfit, and she's got like a thing of beer kind of hanging out from her shoulders.
Yeah.
Somebody from from the other side of the Ramada goes, "Excuse me, booze wench," and Drew gets really offended. He goes, "Hey, we're not doing," and then she turns around and it's embroidered on the back of her shirt. Embroidered. This is what she's reduced to while she's looking for work. Is she's the
passing out shots in a little German outfit,
the slutty little beer girl. That's all she is.
It's like some sort of Jägermeister thing she's given in a tube.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like test tubes almost.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've seen shots like that.
I feel like I have seen them like given out like that. I feel like it's sort of. It's one of those scenarios where they're giving them out like around the bar, or it'll be like the Jello shots, but they'll actually have it in a shot.
Sure, glass. Yeah. That makes sense.
No. And I'm sorry, in like a syringe. You ever been to a place like that?
Oh God.
Yeah. They won't actually put a syringe, but like it's a big plastic syringe.
Right. No, I can imagine. I'm not thinking they're actually injecting you with Jello. All right. Would you like left arm or right arm? Drew then gets a note from a bartender.
Yeah,
he's got a man at a table that wants to talk to him.
A male groupie.
He doesn't like the idea of a male groupie. He confides in Darcy that he's like, I don't like where this is going.
I don't want to go to his hotel room.
He's assuming immediately it's a gay groupie. Yeah, wants to. Who could resist? Cool Drew.
Yeah, the goatee. We already heard all the jokes about the goatee and the blonde, and everyone at work thought he was gay.
They're calling him gay, so it must be. But Darcy insists, no, it could be an interesting opportunity. Who knows what it is? Let's go over and find out. So we go over to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, so I'm sure you know why you're here, And Drew goes, "Yes, I know. I don't like the kissing, all of this stuff."
And he won't even look at him in the eyes.
He can't. He's afraid to. And the guy goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm an executive. I want to talk to you about the music. I don't know what the hell you're on." And we find out Drew thinks it's a record executive, so he calls over the band. Yeah, like, guys, get ready for this. It's not a record executive. They're not getting signed. There's no album. What he has instead is an opportunity touring all of the Ramada Inns in the Ohio area.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. How many Ramada Inns could that be? You're just bouncing around.
Oh,
we got Cleveland.
There's probably at least 20.
Yeah?
I feel like Ramada Inn is like the perfect level of hotel that they would just plop anywhere.
Yeah.
In the Midwest. 20 might be a lot, but like
Akron, Cleveland, Toledo. What's the other?
Maybe one at Sandusky. You got Columbus, Cincinnati.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Dayton.
We always forget Dayton.
You guys always forget Dayton.
Anyway, the Horn Dogs now have an opportunity to go to Dayton, Ohio, basically, and Drew's thrilled because whatever, it's touring. Not even that much. You're touring the state that you've lived in your whole life, but it's probably going to pay enough that he can finally leave Winfred Louder and he can finally be full-time music man.
Finally live his dream.
Yeah.
He immediately is like, yeah, I can quit. This is it.
Yeah. He tells Kate this, I think.
Yes.
And Kate's like, are you really going to leave?
Are you really going to leave to go tour all the Ramadas?
And he was like, yeah, I really want to be a musician.
Yeah.
Forgets his way. He forgets the ones who brung him.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I guess it's not. It's really good too. It's actually really cool. If I was Drew, I would do it.
Just quit and go tour all the hotels.
Absolutely. So he starts celebrating and he goes, "Hey, drinks are on me, everybody." And one of the people taking a shot from Kate is Mr. Wick, who's supposed to be in fucking rehab. Yeah. So Drew's like, "What's going on with this?" And he goes, "Oh, I meant to tell you, there's something wrong with my health insurance."
Yeah, they kicked him out.
Yeah, they kicked him off of the rehab plan. And Drew realizes, oh man, Larry fucked the health insurance plan that I have so carefully laid out for the employees.
Yeah.
And he's like, isn't this great? I start work with a mess and I'm leaving work having to finish a mess.
Yeah. So he's still like, I'm quitting work, but
his last day is going to be
I still have to fix it.
Trying to his best to fix it.
Yeah.
So we get Drew going to work.
Also, can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
Wick is a fiend, man. He scarfed down like 3 shots in that like brief little scene.
Absolutely, dude. The next scene, Drew goes to the office, but we're left with Mr. Wick and the gang. They have to take care of Mr. Wick because we can't put him in rehab and he can't be trusted on his own. So they're all, first of all, Lewis is on the phone trying to figure out where Mr. Wick is. They bring him back in. He's on, on with the police, I guess.
Yeah.
And they found him outside of a high school screaming and begging for drugs. Is basically where he's at. And he's trying to convince them, oh, no, I'm fine. You can let me go. Actually, 36 hours needs to pass. And then I'm cured. It's all good. It all goes away after 36. And then they realized he was drinking last night.
Yeah.
Could have been 36 hours. All this shit.
But then we're at the office and Drew goes to confront Larry.
Yeah.
On what the hell is going on with the insurance plan. He's not the only one.
No, there's a mob, and
There's a mob.
Mimi's there, but she doesn't know where he is, and she's got headphones on. She's trying to keep out of all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does show up, and Drew finds out that Larry messed with the benefits package that Drew had so carefully put together. It's now an HMO.
Yes.
And they don't get the same coverage. And Larry did it so he could get about $100K. It saves the company about $100K so that he could get the skybox at Jacobs Field.
Right. Which is where the Indians play. For Mrs. Lauder. And Drew goes, oh, the one with like the nice view and the leather seats and the dessert cart.
And Larry was like, if you time it just right and you leave the door open, it sounds like they're cheering for you in the bathroom. That's what it is. Yeah.
So
anyway.
Mrs. Lauder, or maybe, do we think this was Lauder asking Larry for this, or is this Lauder trying to?
Oh, no, this is Larry trying to keep his job.
Yeah, for sure.
So he screwed over the employees
for the
and they lost all their
queen
coverage.
Yeah.
So now Drew basically, it's up to Drew to find the money,
right,
to get their health insurance back. Now
but Drew doesn't
want to do it.
He doesn't want it.
He's quitting.
It's his last day.
He's packing his stuff up. He's like, I don't have time for this. I'm giving up.
But we come to learn all of the Winfred Lauder employees, the same ones who were calling him the P-narc in the last episode.
Yeah,
they're like, no, man, we need you. You're the one who can do this. We know that you're capable and you've been here long enough. You thrive in tedium. That's what they say. We've seen you giggle at the Xerox manual. He's a man who was built for trying to figure out where he can make up $100,000 in the budget.
Yes, because apparently you have to sit there and you have to comb through all the budget. He said it would take me hours a day. It would take a very long time for him to find all this money.
But he's committed to these people. Yes. It's easier to destroy than it is to build, lest we forget. Yes. Larry can destroy so easily.
Yes.
But Drew's a builder.
Larry is like Thanos.
He is. Yeah, he snaps and suddenly Mr. Wick doesn't have health care.
At first I thought it was Larry trying to mess with Wick specifically in order to keep the job.
Sure.
I thought it was like, somehow ruin Wick's health insurance coverage so that he can't get help.
Yeah.
And then Larry
would make
is
a lot
now
of sense.
Permanently the boss.
The de facto boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, with Larry
just wants to take his gal to the skybox.
His boo to the baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also unwilling to do anything about it. He basically runs into his office and goes, okay, bye. He slams the door.
Yeah.
So Drew decides here, I'm gonna go ahead. My last day, I'm gonna crunch all these numbers. I'm gonna get this done and we're gonna figure it out, whether it takes hours or the whole day. I'm gonna do it. And it ends up taking the whole day. We get this montage of Drew looking over paperwork, very boring, and it's set to simply the best. You're simply the best.
And he's reading.
Yeah, he's just reading.
He's
got a whiteboard up with numbers and he's crossing them out when he finds things and doing math. And it's very boring, very, exhaustive, I would say. But yeah, he eventually it ends with he's got 25 cents left to find and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a quarter. Yeah. And he goes, I did it. And everybody else is still there. It's dark outside. They're all cheering on their King Drew.
Yeah.
Cool King
Drew. They try to lift him up, but how do we think that's going to
go? They got 3 guys trying to lift him up. And after the third attempt, I think Drew goes, we're good.
Lift with your knees, guys.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. You're living proof of it. You're absolutely living proof of it. So then later that night, Drew's at the Ramada Inn. I don't know how much later it could have been because it was dark when he left the office.
Yeah.
But he's at the Ramada Inn and they're getting out of a song. And Drew's like, hey, you know, this is going to be the last time we're here because we're going to start touring all the other Ramada Inns.
Yeah.
But I need you to know I won't be there.
Nope.
He makes the announcement. The band doesn't even know.
No, nobody knew.
Ed goes, what? And he's like, yeah, no, I know a lot of you aren't going to understand this, you artsy types, but I have a job that gives me, you know, a sense of purpose, you know, and a lot of people depend on me.
Yeah.
And he goes, nobody else would know what I'm feeling like, right? Then a bunch of people raise their hands that they know exactly how he's feeling.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Yeah,
and he's like, can I have my moment?
Just kind of just one thing. So the band plays him off as he walks out to his car one final time from the Ramada Inn stage.
As he walks off.
Yeah.
He does pull out the Kangol hat.
Oh yes, the Kangol, the final piece.
The final piece.
Yeah.
to really complete.
We've unlocked douchebag Drew fully.
And then he slings the accordion over his shoulder as he walks out.
And walks on out as the king that he is.
Yeah.
And then we get Joe Walsh coming in, Ed, and he goes, well, to be honest with you, we were going to let him go anyway. We didn't really think it made sense to have him around, so I'm glad he left before the tour. Ladies and gentlemen, our new frontman, Weird Al Yankovic. And Weird Al Yankovic walks out with his accordion and his hair and all that, and Joe Walsh goes, you didn't tell us you played accordion. And then we get Drew one more time hearing them cheer from outside, and he goes, that feels good, as he packs his stuff into his trunk and goes away. And that's where we leave it. There is no Darcy.
No, I figured there'd be like a
some sort of moment of like,
Darcy.
what do you mean? And maybe he breaks up with her or something.
I guess we can just assume that if he's not doing music, he's done.
Yeah, she's gone. Maybe. I think it'd be interesting to keep her around.
Maybe she comes back.
Yeah. It's just weird that like we got no goodbye or mention from her.
I actually don't even remember the last time we see her would be when, was it like the bleach blonde hair when the gang got bleached blonde?
When we meet the guy who signs him to the Ramada tour.
Yeah, that was the last thing.
Yeah, so she's in this episode.
Yeah.
It's not like an availability thing. I don't know why. It's bizarre. Because we also have time for a very long credit scene where the James Gang plays Funk 49.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. But like they play almost like 2/3 of the song, I would say.
Do you know they're from Cleveland?
Yeah. So that's why, of course, the Cleveland connection.
It all makes sense.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, baby.
Yeah.
But it's very nice. But I don't know why we couldn't have shaved off like a minute of that performance to give a Darcy closure.
Yeah.
Maybe she's back
to a plot that's been around for 3 episodes.
Right. That we've committed this long. So
yes.
It's bizarre. But yeah, that's where we leave Drew. Drew, the rock star, no more. He's back to crunching numbers and getting people healthcare and all of that other shit that he's been doing.
Yeah, all that other shit that we love, that we tune in for every week.
There's still stuff, though. We don't know what's going to happen with Kate and her job. I guess that's the only plot point left, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there will be a Darcy resolution because it was the whole reason he even did the musician thing.
So...
But and Wick has still got a drug problem.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen until he is no longer on the show. I think we've painted him as a drug-y.
That's a lot of time, though.
Yeah, it is.
There's no way, because Wick's on till the end, no?
Yeah, maybe he's just always on coke.
He's always a little off.
He's the Energizer Bunny of this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for us. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You know the drill. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/@ClevelandRocksPodcast. We're on Instagram, instagram.com/ClevelandRocksPodcast. You can email us questions, comments, concerns, ClevelandRocksPodcast@gmail.com. Think that's it. You got any final back advice for people?
Just stand as much as you can. And
you have
Tylenol, ibuprofen.
Uh-huh.
4 ibuprofen tabs is a prescription strength. You can take 4. The doctor says it's cool.
You won't end up in a rehab if you take 4. after every meal.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one. If you have any side effects, it's not us.
Later.
Goodbye.